after Frank Miller got denied the opportunity to make a story where Batman goes and kills the Taliban. No joke. Like, Batman. That Batman. A comic where, after decades and decades of him fighting guys with two faces and men made of clay and a lucha libre super titan, he goes over to fight the Taliban in a desert, in a mountainous desert area as Batman. What? For a nation. When has Batman ever done anything for America? Frank Miller is a lunatic. And kills them? Yeah. And kills them. Wait, hold on. Can I... Hold on. Yeah, Holy Terror follows a costume vigilante called the Fixer as he battles Islamic terrorists after an attack on Empire City. The novel was originally proposed as Holy Terror Batman, but no longer a project associated with the Batman character or DC Comics. And then he gave it a different name. The original plot revolved around Batman defending Gotham City from an attack by Al-Qaeda. Sorry, Al-Qaeda, not Taliban. According to Miller, the comic would have been a piece of propaganda. He actually calls it that, a piece of propaganda, in which Batman kicks Al-Qaeda's ass. Like Superman punching out Hitler. Holy Terror was controversial upon release. Many comic book writers and reviewers argued the novel's depiction of Muslims was Islamophobic. A reviewer said Miller's writing simplifies matters to an almost absurd level. The enemy in Holy Terror is not so much the terrorist organization Al-Qaeda, but the religion of Islam. Similarly, Siraku Lamar calls the portrayal of terrorists cartoonishly gutting.
Did you guys ever see that Marvel 9/11 issue where all the Marvel heroes and some villains save people from the World Trade Center?
I read that one.
Cyclops straight up melts the steel beams with his eye blast.
I saw that. That one where, the one where Doctor Doom is, like, crying through his mask, and he's like, some things are so evil, even a villain's heart melts. And, like, Doctor Doom has, like, tried to fucking destroy the world before. But 9/11 happens, and he's there at ground zero, like clenching his fist with, like, tears down his face. Can I find that? Hold on, wait. Doctor Doom 9/11. Really good. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's info. Dude, comic book writers, man. Ugh. Here we go. Fucking end my life. Even those we thought our enemies are here, because some things surpass rivalries and borders. Because the story of humanity is not written in towers, but in tears, in the common coin of blood and bone, in the voice that speaks within even the worst of us and says, this is not right. Because even the worst of us, however scarred, are still human, still feel, still mourn the random death of innocence. That's actually a line right there. Look, Doctor Doom and Magneto mourning the random death of innocence. Anyway, yeah. So, I actually don't mind Kingpin being here, because Kingpin is basically just like a New York City mob boss. I'm fine with that. But Magneto and Doctor Doom have both played at being proper supervillains. Like, Kingpin, you can argue, like, you know, I have an interest in keeping my neighborhood clean and productive, that kind of thing. But, like, Doctor Doom crying? Come on. Like, dude. Doc Ock over here? Like, what? Yeah, Juggernaut too? Oh, yeah, there he is. Sorry, I didn't even see him. Yeah, you think fucking Juggernaut gives a shit about this? It'd be like... DC villains tend to be a little bit more bombastic, but you give, like, 9/11 happens and they do a comic where, like... Lex Luthor is, like, crying at the sight of Ground Zero. Well, they can't do that, because there is no New York City in DC Comics. They have Metropolis, but... You know, like, he's, like, crying, clenching his fist, or... We can go more evil. Who's, like, the most crazy... Like, dude, Brainiac. Or, like, the Brainiac and the Joker, okay? They're both there. Brainiac is like... My computer circuits never accounted for emotion, but even I feel... Or some shit like that. Yeah, Darkseid, you know? I wanted to wreak terror on this planet, but Not terror like this. Oh yeah, they did a thing like this with Joker and the Red Skull, like yay back in the day. But I didn't mind this one as much, because the Joker is, you know, kind of chaotic evil, and...
Doctor Doom is actually canonically pure of heart in at least one story.
Well, they always switch. It's always like he's unrelentingly evil here, and then... It's always like he's pure of heart, but then like he's nearly destroys a whole town doing X the next day. It's like... comic book writing. Anyway, yeah, this one, he was working with Red Skull. Joker says, "You mean that's not just some crazy disguise? I've been working with a Nazi?" And then Joker's like, "I may be a lunatic, but I'm an American criminal lunatic." And then he tries to fight Red Skull. I don't actually mind that so much, because I feel like there are interpretations of the Joker where that could be fine. Joker's not a Nazi, you know? I mean, he does what he does mostly because he likes getting a rise out of the Batman, right? But he's not ideologically driven, so maybe he finds Nazism really unfunny. Which makes sense, right? If you like chaos and murder for its own sake, I feel like Nazis would actually be like kind of a bastardization of that process. You know what I mean? Because Joker wants to kill people and make it like funny and terrible and what have you, but Nazis want to turn it into like... For Nazis, it's an industrial process of forcing an ideology on the world. And that's like a way, I mean, you know, it's a different... Basically, Nazism is cringe, is what I'm saying. Does that make sense? Pretty cringe, you know? Also, considering that Nazis are authoritarians, I have a feeling that the Joker wouldn't be any happier under those societies than he would. It's not like in Nazi Germany, Joker would be having a fun time, like, yeah. Yeah, he would probably hate Nazis for the same reason he hates the Batman, because they both come off like, authoritarian, power-hungry, you know,
the Frank Miller Batman thing is funny because I am almost certain that Damian Wayne is canonically half Middle Eastern from Talia Al Ghul. Maybe they did it to spite him.
Do you think Bruce Wayne could have made better change in Gotham through politics than Batman could through vigilantism? Holy shit, yes. Absolutely. If you're a billionaire with political influence, you can do more to improve a city than you ever could by running around punching people at night. Yeah, of course. Does that mean they aren't
Which lantern ring do you think fits you the most? Mine would be the blue ring of hope.
I'm sorry, I don't know the different lantern rings. I had to stop reading up in the comic lore to make sure I could have some fun in high school.